I'm on a mission to review and rank every single episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars, and I'm not stopping until it is done. I'm of course talking about the critically acclaimed 3D computer animated Star Wars anthology series that first aired in 2008 and ended in 2020. Not to be confused with Star Wars Clone Wars, the 2D animated micro series that was released in 2003. I'm watching and reviewing every single episode in the official release order to keep things simple and ranking each episode as I go along. When all is said and done, I'll have a complete and comprehensive ranking of every episode from the entire series. So to make sure you don't miss a single episode, like this video and subscribe to the channel to ensure you stay on this journey with me. There will be spoilers for today's featured episode, so viewers beware. Now, on to today's episode. Today we are looking at episode 4 from season 4 titled Shadow Warrior. Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala travel to Naboo after hearing rumors that the Gungan people are plotting with the Separatists to attack Naboo. After meeting with Jar Jar Binks, they speak to Boss Leone, who has already ordered a Gungan attack on Naboo. They quickly discover that Leone is under the influence of Richelieu, a Separatist agent using ancient Gungan magic to control Leone's thoughts and speech. After they free Leone from Richelieu's influence, the group confronts Lu, who stabs Leone before escaping. With Leone recovering and unable to call off the Gungan attack, the group discovers that Jar Jar bears an uncanny resemblance to the Gungan leader and they come up with a plan. Jar Jar travels to the surface, posing as Boss Leone in order to call off the attack and reveal Richelieu as a traitor. Lu escapes on a speeder and Anakin gives chase as the Separatists arrive, wondering why the attack has been called off. Jar Jar is forced to talk with General Grievous in person, and after General Tarpals tells Padme that Grievous is on Naboo, she instructs him to capture Grievous. The Gungans confront General Grievous, and after a brief fight, Tarpals sacrifices himself to incapacitate and capture Grievous. Meanwhile, Anakin follows Lu to a secret lab where he arrives to find Count Dooku. Dooku kills Lu for his failure, and under the instruction of Palpatine, captures Anakin so that the Separatists can trade him for General Grievous. The end of the episode sees both sides swap prisoners, ensuring that the war will continue to rage on. Upon first glance, Shadow Warrior doesn't sell itself as a notable Clone Wars episode. After all, it is a Jar Jar centric episode. Yet despite this, Shadow Warrior is one of my favorite episodes of season 4 so far and is a pretty fun episode of Clone Wars in general with some pretty major moments. Jar Jar really shines here. He's the bridge between the Republic and the Gungans, and he does everything in his power to make sure that the Gungans don't attack Naboo. Yes, the fact that he looks and sounds just like Boss Leone is a bit contrived, but it's still a fun concept that is worth it for his conversation with General Grievous alone.
Well, me's more of a deep thinker.
Jar Jar is the real hero of this episode, and better yet, he doesn't stumble his way to victory. Every action and word here is intentional. People always talk about how Clone Wars fixed Anakin Skywalker, but I honestly think I wouldn't like Jar Jar as much as I do without this show. Jar Jar is painted as a competent war hero here, and it's nice to see. Ahmed Best even reprised his role for Clone Wars, which really warms my heart. The Gungan race in general really stands out in this episode. Not only do they show a new level of intelligence and skill, but they also do something that nobody else ever accomplished during the entirety of the Clone Wars. They captured General Grievous. The Grievous Gungan fight is insane. Grievous sees them like much of the fandom does, as a joke, but he doesn't understand that they specialize in fighting droids.
Okay, we are cooked. Yep, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
The army strategically takes down Grievous, even if it cost General Tarpals his life, in a moving moment that holds some decent emotional weight, considering he was a notable character introduced in the prequels. It's a pretty brutal fight, and it's very cathartic to see Grievous get the shit kicked out of him by the Gungans of all people. Not only do we get a great Grievous fight here, but we also get another duel between Anakin and Count Dooku. It's a brief but fun fight, and I like how Dooku seems surprised by how hard it is to take down Anakin by this point. Then of course he uses Padme's love for Anakin against her to exchange him for Grievous. It's interesting to see that Padme almost puts the Republic before Anakin, and it's a painful moment. After all, if the Republic took Grievous out of the equation, and let's just say that Anakin was killed by Count Dooku, then the Clone Wars probably would have ended. Just food for thought. I'm honestly shocked by how impressed I am with this Gungan-centric episode of Clone Wars, although I still can't quite get past the broken English aspect. Between Yoda and the Gungans, I still don't know why George Lucas was so obsessed with incorporating broken English into his stories.
Oppressed my people are. Turn my 2001 Honda Civic into a car bomb, I must.
And it still stands out as a redundant aspect of the race. It makes it a little harder to really get behind the characters. I mean, Jesus, Boss Leone gets straight up stabbed by Richelieu, and it's a little shocking to see this act from a species who sound the way they do. Speaking of Richelieu, he's a fun character, but ultimately the only notable thing about him is that he gets stabbed by Count Dooku later on. Oh, and I can't talk about this episode without mentioning the Anakin and Grievous thing. Because of a throwaway line in Revenge of the Sith that insinuates that Anakin and Grievous had never met in person before that film,
Anakin Skywalker, I was expecting someone with your reputation to be a little older.
General Grievous, you're shorter than I expected.
the two were never allowed to meet in person at any point in Clone Wars. Naturally, this means that the writers had to write around the fact that two of the series' main characters could never be in the same room together at any point. This episode contains the only time that Anakin and Grievous are seen together in a location in the entire show, and it gets away with it because Anakin is unconscious. It's just fun attention to detail that I've always appreciated. Shadow Warrior is a deceptively good episode of Clone Wars that continues to redeem Jar Jar as a character. The interactions between the Gungans and General Grievous are a clear highlight, and the Gungans prove that they are perhaps one of the most capable armies in the Republic. The Dooku and Anakin duel is a nice treat. I like how Anakin and Padme's relationship is leveraged here, and overall, the episode is probably the best Jar Jar centric episode of the series. And that was Shadow Warrior. Ranking it against every other episode of Clone Wars I've reviewed so far, it currently sits at number 43. Will it hold this place? Only time will tell. And here is a complete ranking so far. That's me finished for this episode. Now, I want to hear from all of you. What's your personal review of this episode? Where would you rank it among every other episode of Clone Wars? Let me know in the comments below after you've liked the video and subscribed. I'll see you guys next time with another Clone Wars episode review and ranking. Until then, thank you for watching. As always, look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.